Hello, welcome to eBritish IELTS. So today we are going to talk about a very important topic. We are going to discuss about the listening module of your IELTS exam. And the topic that we're going to discuss is how to boost your listening skills. Now we've heard about how to boost your reading skills, how to enhance your writing skills. But there are some tips and tricks that you can apply to actually boost your listening skills, to make your listening skills more sharper and accurate, so that you can easily locate answers and get correct and accurate answers while you are giving the listening module of your IELTS exam. Now, if we talk about the format of the listening module, there are about 40 questions that you have to answer, and there will be about 4 recordings that would be anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes long. So the whole recording that will be played for you will be about 30 to 40 minutes long, and after the recording has finished, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers on the answer sheet. Now in the reading module of it, you have to write the answers in the answer sheet simultaneously as you are reading, as you're going through the passages one by one. It's easier that you keep on transferring the answers in the answer sheet simultaneously so that you don't lose time. But here in the listening part, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers. It's very important that you transfer it in those 10 minutes because you won't be given any extra time over there. Now coming to what kind of questions you get in the listening module. So these questions can be a formal conversation between two people, maybe a conversation between a salesman and a customer, or a teacher or a student, or it can also be a monologue. Now these monologues will usually be in a formal setting. For example, it can be of a lecturer giving a demonstration, a professor in a university hall giving a lecture about something. So these are the type of conversations that you'll be hearing, on which you'll have to answer a set of 40 questions. So now let's come on to the tips and tricks, or ways in which you can boost your listening skills. Now the first one here is to get used to different accents. Now this point is particularly for Asian or Indian students who do not particularly speak in a very heavy accent. So here there are 2 main accents in which you will be hearing those recordings. The first is the British accent and the second is the American accent. So either one of them can come in the listening module. Do not worry about regional accents coming in the recordings. Regional accents, for example, an Irish accent or a Scottish accent. So IELTS do not really put more emphasis on these kind of accents, and whatever the recordings are, they will be recorded in a British or an American accent. So there is one major difference between these two. That is, in British English, there is a lot of importance put on silent words. And in the American part of it, Americans usually tend to ignore the silent words and they enunciate whole syllables. For example, the word schedule. Now here, CH is in the whole word. So if we talk about the British accent, they will ignore CH and pronounce it as schedule. But Americans will not ignore it. They will pronounce the whole word as schedule. So both of them are correct, just the pronunciation and the general flow of the speech is different. So try getting used to it. It will be a little difficult in the beginning, but you can very well adapt to it by listening and practicing again and again. The second is to listen to English in different situations. Now here, a very important thing to keep in mind is that you're only listening to it. Whenever you're watching somebody speak, you can read lips, you can get an idea about their body language. You can, even if you don't understand the language, by looking at the body language, by looking at their behavior, their hand gestures, their eyes and expressions, you can sometimes make out what the person is expressing. But if the person is not directly in front of you, you're just hearing a voice, then it becomes a little difficult. So what you can do here to practice is that you can listen to news. Now news readers usually have really perfect English. They know how to modulate their voice. They know how to express certain feelings through or emotions through their voices. The only tip that I'm going to give here is do not watch it. You can listen to it on the radio, you can put a recording in your head and you can close your eyes or maybe switch off the screen so that you get more used to listening and not watching videos and speeches. The third would be try to talk to a native speaker of English. Now, I know it's very difficult to find a native speaker of English in India, but you can always talk to a language expert, somebody who is bilingual, somebody who has grown up speaking English and it's their second or their first language. In this way, you will be able to identify how these speakers pronounce certain words, on which words do they put more emphasis on, how do they modulate their voice, what are their expressions. So these kind of things are going to help you identify difficult words, and you'll also get used to listening to different people this way. The fourth is a very important one. I'm sure all of you must be watching a lot of movies in English, a lot of series in English, so that it helps you improve your own English. So a tip here would be, watch these movies in English, but do not put subtitles. It is especially useful for the listening module because you're not reading anything then. You just have to identify whatever they are saying and try to understand it without reading the subtitles. So try watching movies or watching series without putting on the subtitles. The fifth one is to try and identify merged sounds. Now, this is something that the native speakers of English do a lot. Whenever we are speaking two words in our speech, whenever these two words are ending and starting from a similar sounding consonant, the middle word tends to get merged. For example, next door. The word next is ending with a T and the word door is starting with a D. Now T and D are similar sounding alphabets, similar sounding letters. So when we speak it in a flow, it can sound something like next door. So here T is getting merged. We're not really enunciating T in a different way. So be careful of this. Try to understand each and every word. Do not take it as one word. They are still two separate words. They are usually hyphenated words. There's a hyphen in between them that separates these two words. So try to identify and understand these words better. I hope these tips will help you improve your listening skills while you're practicing for the listening module of your IELTS exam and you achieve a higher band score. Thank you.